Hello everybody and welcome back to the uploaded state. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I have a bit of an idea for this episode. Now you may be asking, what could your idea possibly be? First, let's get some stress healing. We'll just throw people wherever we can throw them. Perfect. Lyra, where do you want to go? Yeah. We'll throw her in there. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do. Why don't we just revive some people? See, we have to spend a lot of gold to do it. But we happen to have a lot of gold. We also have someone who's very good at bartering. I don't know if you've noticed, but rule of thumb is, if it's a pretty girl, right, they're more likely, hear me out, more likely to strike a deal. Because, right, hear me out, the person's like, dang, that's a pretty girl. I'll give her a discount, because why not? Right, that's how the, oh boy. That's how the universe works. Am I right? Probably not. But we're gonna revive a bunch of people because you know what? Too many died. I have a lot of gold to spare, so we may as well. Hello, good sir. Could you please bring back some of my friends? Please and thank you. Ah, would you look at that? It appears as though we've gotten a few people that we can get back. All of them are low level. Fantastic. I am gonna take... Wait, is this a fool or a plague doctor? Okay, this is an actual plague doctor, so we're gonna take her. Reason being, we cannot get base game heroes. They're all just locked away in prisons. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put more people in stress healing. You might be sensing a little bit of a pattern. Wow, really? That's it? That's all the people we needed to put in stress healing? Huh. Well, in that case, I guess we may as well do some quirks. So, Patricia, welcome back to the estate. A few good choices. We have Miss Appleton, Zatul, Zatul and Lindy. Oh! What a choice. Also, we're gaining more gold than we're spending. So, my goal here was like, oh, you know, we'll revive a bunch of people, we'll do a bunch of town stuff, and we'll pretty much just run out of gold. That's not gonna happen. We're beyond critical mass. It doesn't matter how much we spend at this point. See, we literally cannot get the bounty hunter any other way besides reviving. For that reason, I'm going to revive him. Well, to be fair, actually, we could just keep going until we have everybody we want. But, now, you know what? If this estate wants to cheat, so will we! You know, it just so happened I was looking at the Fool just now. I wanted to ask something, but at the same time, I'm kind of hesitant to ask because I don't know if, like, I don't want to start some, like, huge problem. But at the same time, if you look at the Fool's Steam page, it's pretty obvious Muscarine does not want the Fool being a modded class on Steam anymore. And so I have no idea what happened. Like, Muscarine took the Fool out of the official modded class list. So, took it out of the modded class list, pretty much is naming her a stolen mod, and then is trying to redirect all assets back to herself. Even though, as far as I know, it was a cooperative effort between Claire de Lune and Muscarine, wasn't it? So, I almost wonder if something happened between them, and they had some form of falling out. I don't know. If the Fool's gonna be deleted, I would like to know beforehand, considering she's one of my favorite classes. Not the favorite, but she's definitely one that I find really interesting and I enjoy. So, if you guys know what the deal is with that, or if I should just ignore it and mind my own beeswax, be sure to let me know. But I would like to know the story of why the Fool is suddenly becoming a stolen class. Because from what I understand, Steam works in a weird way to where if a mod is co-owned, both people have to agree to take it down, or not even that. Whoever is considered the one in charge of it. I don't know how to properly describe it, because if you remember, the Arsonist was taken down, and that was a mod that 2 people worked on. One person didn't want it taken down, but the other one was essentially the boss of it and was able to take it down. And it very much feels like a similar situation when it comes to the Fool, where Muscarine clearly does not want her around anymore, but seemingly Claire de Lune's not willing to take her down. So I have no idea. But if you guys know what the deal is, be sure and let me know. Or be sure to tell me to mind my own beeswax.
Hey you, you're finally awake. It's nice to see you back in Adam, in this lovely estate. What's that? A bunch of level 6s died? The hag? Eldritch abominations? What are you talking about? Come on, you need a little trip to the brothel.
Alrighty, I have done all the reviving that I am willing to do without reviving literally everybody. We do still have quite a bit of dead level 6s, just to keep it fair. But we did revive a couple. Like, for example, Brigand is back. Yeah! Look at her. Look at her. Look at that happy face. Is it a tooth, or is her mouth open? Who knows? But I also got Junia for good reason. And, you know, Lindy's back. Maybe Gortys is back. You know, not that many characters. But enough to where we can actually do endgame content again. And we're not just like, well, I guess everyone's dead. We're not doing that. We also did get a lot more Crimson Curse because we kept putting people into facilities. Faculties? I don't think that's a word. In order to get their quirks treated. So what I'm going to do, we're going to set up some teams, we're going to do some leveling, and then we're going to take out the Brigand 16-pounder, and then at long last, we're going to go for the final few missions of this estate. The last episode will be the next one. I guarantee you, this time I mean it. I keep saying, oh, you know, it'll happen in 2 episodes. This time, the second episode is it. So in this episode, we're going to kill the 16-pounder. We're going to level up a couple more people just in case. And then we're ending this nightmare once and for all. But in the meantime, we better get some of our good characters up and ready. Because if we're not using the good characters, we're not playing the game correctly. So let's do this. Well, we have 2 people with the Crimson Curse, and apparently that's enough for the Fanatic. Great. Well, look who we found. Oh, he has Absorb Buff chance. Wow. I'm so happy to be fighting the... Oh, and look, and he took our buff. Yay. Is there any reason to use this? Other than to make the fight even harder? So, let's go through in detail, shall we? He's got a 2 over infinity health regen, which can crit up to 4. Can't be marked, armor piercing, minus damage received, move skill chance, more stress, more bleed amount, and protection. He can also absorb buffs. Well, we'll try and get her out. We'll get her out next hit. Okay, hit him. Buff. It burns me to my very soul. Brand the Tainted. It's going to do additional damage, I believe, because he has the Crimson Curse. We're going to set up a withstand, because otherwise we are going to get dunked. Okay, so. Dragon. We do land it. Heal for heal. It's not much of a heal, but every little bit counts. Now we're going to get her out. Strike the heretic. Don't get stunned. Okay. Well, our leper can't get him out. Can't get her out, so just gonna do some damage. Alright, she's on death's door because we didn't get her out. She has a bleed, of course she does. He still has a turn, so it's very likely that she's just going to die. Okay, he didn't go for it. Best thing we can do, just throw down a big heal and hope that she's able to survive. We're also just going to move backwards, just so the leper can start doing stuff. Oh! Well, that wastes his turn, but at least he's not dead. Alright, maybe we'll get him out. And we have the potential. Hey, there's that crit. Alright, she's alive, and the bleed's gone, so we're probably not going to land. This doesn't actually do damage, so... Oh! Alright, that works. We got him out fairly fast, at least. Okay. This is not a very good team for the Fanatic, but how could I have predicted that he was going to show up? What's our chance? 51%? That is not nearly high enough. We'll use it when it's closer to, like, I want to say the 90% range. Well, back in she goes. The leper is in such a just terrible spot, and we don't have any shuffling on our team, so it's bad. Definitely wish I was a lot more prepared for this fight. He's got 2 turns, so we'll just hope. Ow. Okay, the dodge is good. Okay, leper's going in. At least he's going to be at the front, guaranteed this time. Okay, bleeds on him. What's our chance? 76? Okay, so if we use it one more time, should be okay. That regen's going to be huge as soon as it lands. If it does. Yeah, seems about right. Can we just get this over with? Like, can you just die? There's no reason to use tracking shot, because he's just gonna absorb it, and then he's going to get... How many crits are you gonna get, bro? Ugh. If we use tracking shot, he's going to kill us even worse than he's already killing us, so... Alright, 95. That is a huge bleed. Not enough to kill, but still enough to do a ton of damage. Although he is going to be counteracting some of it. And our leper is going to be burning the entire time. And he's going to dodge the attack. Cool.
I don't even think we can kill him, guys. I'm gonna be honest.
I think I'm just wasting my time. At this point, we're just... Oh, God. What do I even say? Why do I even bother trying to level anyone anymore? Because every time I go to a dungeon, it's like, oh, the Fanatic shows up! He kills your entire team! Or it's like, oh, I guess you die to a Death Door Blight Bleed, even though you have 67% you have 87%, I think it's 82% is the max. You have 82%, oh, you're dead, literally, first turn. You got crit 19 times, and now you're turn 1 on Death's Door. Oh, you have a 1/1 bleed. I guess you're dead. Oh, you brought 2 people that had the Crimson Curse to a dungeon? Guess you're fighting the freaking Fanatic. Whatever, the trinkets are gone. At this point, forget leveling. Let's just go kill the Brigand 16-pounder. Like, at this point, we have enough max level people. If we need to go into the final darkest dungeon with level 4 heroes and just go from 50 to 0 people, I'll do it. Because I'm done. We're finishing this. Let's do this. Well, this figures. So far we've had about 3 fights. So, not too bad. Definitely could be worse. I decided to bring a bit of a sweaty team. We have Gortys Golem with the Holy Sword, Potion, S, Bisect, Rebuild, Overcharge, and Incinerate. Lindy the Grove Tender with the Last Light, the Night Ode Staff, Homie Strike, Laxification Tug, Diluted Elixir, and Lotus Block. Anna the Musketeer with the Eastern Matchlock, the Prophet's Eye, Execution Shot, Smoke Screen, Return Fire, and Remedial Bandage. And then Bridge at the Fawn with the Crescendo Box, Wilbur's Flag, Gouge, Throat Skewer, Maim, and Drill. They may be asking, Shadow, you have noticed you gave her the Prophet's Eye, right? That only works in slot 4. Why yes, dear viewer. I have noticed that. Basically, we open up every fight with Bridget going for the stun on a high priority target right away. And then that puts the Musketeer into the 4th position. And then we normally just follow it up with a bunch of buffs. And if even one of the enemies dies, we can summon Night Ode, and he's just a little bit of extra firepower. But it figures we're trying to go fight the cannon, and the pet catcher shows up. So, this is the second mini-boss of the dungeon. Now, it is normally smart to go for the bandage first, because your hit chance is going to start suffering, but it's okay for at least a couple turns. What an opener. Dog's Chomp. Meh. It's a bleed, yeah. 4/3, okay, could be worse. If we could take them out, that's going to be really handy, because they can heal, the assistant can heal, the pet catcher cannot, but both dogs can, and the assistant can. So, okay, so, we managed to fight our way all the way over here. Now, we just have to take out the cannon itself. Hopefully, we're strong enough. I guess we're going to find out, though. So here we go. Minus 25% damage received, natural 25 protection, 1 over infinity. Okay. Okay. Fantastic opener. Now, I'm fairly sure if he's stunned, he cannot light the fuse, right? Also, apparently Grove Tender was nerfed. The block now only lasts 3 turns, technically. Which is a bit of a strange nerf. I almost feel like it's Arduous, if I'm honest. I feel like Arduous was like, you know what? Blocks are just too strong for this mod. No, I'm pretty sure it's the Grove Tender. But yeah, apparently she was nerfed, and blocks only last 3 turns now instead of until they're hit. Well, until damage is done to them. So that's a bit of a shame. Won't affect you for the majority of using it, but it is noticeable. I gotta be honest, boys. I'm looking forward to the end of this estate purely so that I can get away from Arduous Edition. My final thoughts on Arduous is that it's a very deep mod. It's a very interesting mod. But it just adds so much unnecessary padding and RNG to an already RNG game. But it makes it to the point where enemies become completely unpredictable and sometimes downright overpowered. Like, minus 25% damage taken on the Brigand 16-pounder is strong. But for example, an extra 25% health on a gunner. That just means you have to hit him 1, 2, 3 more times. But sometimes they can have up to 40% protection. And not only can they have the protection, they can have like 50% extra health, 40% protection. It's just it makes every dungeon take like 4 times as long, and it's really not necessary. And I think the fact that bosses get the random buffs too can be completely broken. Like, for example, Fanatic, that takes reduced damage and has extra protection, and so he's just really, really strong. I don't know. Arduous is a good mod, but it is not the kind of mod I see myself playing ever again once this estate is finished. And that does also include Waifu Estate, which I am progressing in, by the way. And I have been recording my adventure. But, I gotta tell you, Arduous is completely handing it to me over there as well. So, actually, I'll post it in the description or the comments. But I went ahead, I scrapped Arduous and Waifu Edition. I hope you guys don't mind that, but I did change it for a different mod that I think fits the theme of the estate a lot better. I want to say I'm about halfway back to where we lost, but that video is coming. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that estate. It is still coming. That being said, do we want to chance him just lighting the fuse because of a theory? I'm fairly sure he cannot light it, so we're just going to attack here. Try to get damage on his buddies, because he can only summon 1 reinforcement at a time. We are going to pop the blood. Okay, her accuracy for the moment is fine. But after we shoot once, we have to use the remedial bandage. That way she can get extra accuracy. Okay, so there's 1 reinforcement down. However, probably should have just left him, because he's just going to summon another one. Yeah. He didn't? And he dodged? Well, let's summon Nightout instead then. Even though we don't get the heal on the Golem, we do get that extra 10% protection buff whenever we use any abilities. So it does still work out. And even though we can't heal her, we can improve how much healing she receives. Which is basically just going to be a full health heal at this point. This is going to be a really long fight, but hopefully Okay, yeah, it is just the Grove Tender, because this block is fine. So, the Grove Tender's blocks only last 3 turns. Bit of a shame, but I mean, I can understand it. Blocks are quite strong. And having an ability that is just like a guaranteed block, pretty strong. So we are going to have to get a little bit lucky. Never mind. Extra health. She just shot a kid. Never mind that. Okay, so he's going to shoot the cannon. There's not a lot we can do about that because we just can't kill him in time. See, the health in this case didn't matter because we wouldn't have killed him anyway. So we just gotta hope for a misfire. Which it wasn't. Okay. Honestly, I want to prevent our chances of dying, so we're gonna stun here. Never mind. You see why I wanted to stun there, though, yeah? Because he had the chance to put multiple people on death's door and kill our healer, which is kind of a big deal. Hopefully Nido can land a stun. He doesn't land it, but let's heal up a little bit. Okay, we're stabilized. Let's start trying to go for the kill again. He should only summon the torch guy. Never mind, he just... It has been a long time since I fought the Brigand 16-pounder, apparently. Okay, 2 of our people don't get healing from it. We don't summon Nido, but we do buff 3 of our people. Let's try and get him. Alright, guys. So... I think I've come to the conclusion. I'm done. I'm sorry. I can't do this estate anymore. You know, I know we all wanted me to get to the finish line. We all wanted me to finish out this estate in style. I can't do it. Like, I'm not having any fun in this estate anymore. I'm sorry. A lot of it is me misplaying. I want to say maybe 60% of it is me misplaying. 40% of it is just arduous padding, making not only recording sessions take so much longer than both Waifu Crusade and Torchless combined. I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. This isn't the ending I wanted it to come to, but I can't do it anymore. Like, this estate, every time I play it, just gets on my nerves. I cannot stand Arduous Edition anymore. To the point where every time I want to play, it's like, oh, I want to bring a for fun team. Nope, can't do it because Arduous is going to kick your grass. It's going to absorb all your buffs. You're going to run into 90 trillion dudes. So, the only way I'm going to continue this estate is if I get rid of Arduous and we just play it normal. I know this isn't the ending you guys wanted. It's not the ending I wanted. But that's the truth of it. I haven't been enjoying this estate for multiple episodes now, but I've been trying to power through it. But trying to power through it isn't even working, because we're just slowly losing more and more of our trinkets. I'm slowly losing my sanity. And then it's also the case of, like, every time we want to do a boss, we gotta say, oh, what kind of buffs, debuffs do they have this time? oh, they have 9 buffs. Guess we gotta bail and try again. We gotta go through the entire dungeon one more time. It's just, I can't do it anymore. So, that is the unofficial end of this challenge estate. It's too much. You know, we've done so much in this estate. But I'm sorry. We're on week 184, and we're still not finished. So, you know what? We're just... I'll continue it if you guys are okay with me getting rid of Arduous. But otherwise, I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. Like, even Torch Hate Estate, which is, you know, it's a pretty challenging estate, is so much more fun than this estate. I would rather run into 4 Shamblers in a row than deal with one boss with random Arduous buffs. I don't even want to begin to imagine what the final boss is going to have. In the first phase, are we just going to have to deal with like plus 100% max health on every clone? In the second phase, is he going to have minus 50% damage taken, or like plus 50% damage, plus 30% crit? What's the third phase going to have? What's the fourth phase going to have? Like, I don't even want to think about it. What is the freaking Mammoth Cyst and the White Cell Stock going to have? So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. This is the unofficial end. I went ahead and put together just a tiny who did we kill list. It probably doesn't have everybody, and I can almost guarantee you some of the icons do not look great because I couldn't find the actual icons in the file, so I made them myself. So they might not look the greatest, but you know what? I tried. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching the Upgoated Estate, and this is the unofficial end. See you guys in the next one. Bye.